Yes, it's been a long day, but a fruitful one. I'm going to be sharing some amazing experiences that I had tonight, and great things are happening. Tonight on Blab, I asked someone, could I solve a problem? And that led to lots of other people talking to me, and a great experience. The evening revolved around asking people, what problems do you have? And the next image is what I used to do that. Take a look. Quite often, people can't answer that question at first. They have to think about it. The answer comes to them the next time they're facing a challenge or doing something hard. One of the costs that I paid today was missing many of your stories. I regret that. What did you do today that was awesome that I missed and should have seen? Hearing this mewing noise, or wondering if these little guys are already time for wet food. It's a little interesting. Just discovered a new artist I hadn't heard before via Snapchat. Gabriella Gaboni. So I went over to SoundCloud, installed it. Great. Hey, good afternoon all. We're in a blab talking about the secrets of the keys with Robin J. Beauty Bubbles with us. Here's more. Get your snap cameras out and be ready to follow the next two people, Robin J. and Kristen Becker. Both are in Shank Mines. Both are fairly new to Snapchat. This is the connection. Kristen, Robin, and I are all in Shank Mines, shankmines.com, and Kristen has watched Robin's movie and just loves it. I'm here, still on Blab, talking with Robin J., Stacy from Bible News Radio and Beauty Bubble, and Alfredo's out there and others. Be sure to get your camera out and be ready to screenshot. Hello all. I am doing day one of an April video log challenge, and today I'm going to tell you about myself. But first, I'll explain about this challenge. Sub-Bob stands for Submarine Bob, and the next series of snaps will explain where that background comes from. I grew up in Birch Run, Michigan, about where that blue dot is. Really? Seriously. See? It lines up. Family's not until day 5, but I need to introduce Ann now. She also grew up in Birch Run, and this is our wedding picture, obviously. I'm so excited because Ann is also participating in this vlog challenge, thanks to Catherine Zupan, also known as Mama Zoop or the Honey Badger. That wedding picture actually skipped a little bit. I did have 1 year at the University of Michigan, which we won't talk about unless day 25 is failing out of school. In 1984, I joined the Navy, went to nuclear power school in 1985, and that plaque up there, which I just can't get to, says how I did. I mentioned that because that was only the first time I was at nuclear power school. My performance there led me to be accepted into the enlisted commissioning program, going to Auburn and OCS. Following my commissioning at nuclear power school again, and submarine school, I went to the USS Maryland 738 Gold, where I was a plank owner, pre-commissioning. Now, one thing you'll learn about the military is we use a lot of acronyms. We love our acronyms. So COMO meant Communications Officer, and RCA, or Reactor Controls Assistant. So the Ohio is a nuclear submarine that carries 24 missiles, and we were in St. Mary's, Georgia at the Kings Bay Navy submarine base. From 1995 to 1997, I taught officers at Nuclear Power School. I taught reactor dynamics and core characteristics. I don't have a plaque or picture for the USS Nebraska, but this repurposed snapshot reminds you of what Sub-Bob stands for, Submarine Bob. Okay, I cannot tell a lie. I probably have a plaque, I probably have a picture, I just have no idea where the heck it is. On the Nebraska, I was the operations officer and the navigator. In 2001, we moved to Leavenworth, Kansas. We rented that house right over there, you can see it, the one behind the tree with no lights. Then, we bought this house. It was while as a student that September 11th happened, and James Dietz did this call to colors. Every single person in here represents someone he interviewed. I emphasize we've lived here since 2001 because that was a major deal. Because from 1985 to 2001, we moved 13 times. It was in 2002 I made the decision to stay here for the benefit of our family and shorten my career. So I taught for 8 years. This is an example of a print. And another class print from the Army Command and General Staff College. Did you know Leavenworth is known as the first city in Kansas? From 2002 to 2009, I taught at the Army Command and General Staff College. 3 years active duty, 5 years as an Army civilian. Or 4 years, I can't do math, it's tired. I'm tired. Something else to know about me, I'm not that well of an organized person. My grandmother knew that, and you'll find out in the next sticker, because it's something she gave me that went on both submarines, and I still have it with me. A huge gamer, Dungeons & Dragons, Traveler, role-playing games, board games, you name it. If it's a game, I've probably heard about it or played it in one fashion or another. We even converted our dining room into a game room because we always eat in our kitchen anyway. So, lots more games. Shh, be very, very quiet. We're sneaking down the stairs into my son's area, his domain. There's a gaming table down here. Last summer we got this gaming table, well actually ordered it, from 66 Games at Gen Con in Indianapolis, and it was delivered in January or February. Anyway, away. Day 5 is family and children and all that, but none of these are mine. These are my son's friends. You notice he's not here. He left as soon as he found out I was going to. Since 2009, I've worked for a series of defense contractors. I taught computer programming down in Pensacola, Florida for the Department of Defense, and I have my own business now. I know that's a lot, and I could go on, but I really shouldn't. I'll talk more about my business in a later one after I look at the calendar. But now I'm going to show you some people that I should you follow. Catherine is why I know and my wife knows about this challenge. One of the first people I followed on Snapchat. She's awesome. You gotta follow her. Be sure to follow her on Periscope also. She shares great things. She did a phenomenal Snapchat tutorial. It's gone now, but she might do another. Then follow Stacy. Also, she's at Bible News Radio on Blab. Stacy and Randall Snapchatted with Ann and I tonight. I do have to introduce you to one more person, Ashley, who drove Paula here. Paula went with us from Kansas City to New York City to Washington, D.C. and back. Awesome. Nervous Paula has really spread her wings today. So many states. Now she's here in Zanesville, Ohio. We might take her to the art museum. Ollie! No, that's alright. He's gonna... Come on! Oh well. See, he's stubborn. Cats never perform on demand. One of the things that I do is solve problems, usually for myself, and then make them available for others. And I'll give you an example. Here's the log challenge. This is from Amy's calendar for the challenge. Momentarily, I will show you how I generated this. because I wanted to be able to see it in a list. And this is the second half of the month. Now the way the challenge works, you don't have to use these topics. They're merely triggers or ideas in case you get stuck. So Anne, here's your iPad back. I'm sorry I took so long for my story. You still have 2 hours left. Here you go. This is the calendar from Amy's website. And whether you put it in day, week, or month, it was hard to see it all at once. When you shift to agenda, it shows up like this in a nice daily list. I turned off my other calendars and then I could screenshot it. This would not be complete without sharing Amy because she's behind this challenge. It's a great idea. It's SavvySexySocial.com. You may see a lot of kitten snaps from us. Those are 5 Savannah Bengal kittens, an F5 Savannah Queen, and a F4 Bengal stud.